No, that's more than what I thought, I guess.
Hello.
Hi, how are
How's it
you?
going?
Hello, good morning. I'm good. How are you?
Good. My name's Julie and this is Chris.
Hello, Julie. Hello, Krish. Deepak here.
Hi. So tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, sure. So myself, Deepak Kailani. By qualification, I'm Chartered Financial Analyst. I have done my graduation in Bachelor of Commerce, major in the accounting field. I have 2 years of experience as a US bookkeeper. As a bookkeeper, my job responsibility used to be recording day-to-day transaction into the accounting software. I have worked on the QuickBook Online as well as QuickBook Desktop also, recording the bank activity as well as credit card activities, matching the invoices and bills with the bank statement as well as the credit card statement, reconciling the bank statement and credit card statements. Some of the clients also, we used to manage the inventory part also, like passing the JE at the end of the month, like before the month end closing, and reviewing the month end data and all that work.
Okay. Kind of questions do you have?
So I guess, do you have more experience in either online or the desktop? And I guess because like majority of our clients, we try to use the online QuickBooks. So I guess, do you do better? Like, I guess, do you have both experience of just pulling in the transactions from the bank feed, or would you rather like code them kind of manually?
Yeah, I have experience in online as well as desktop. Like in the online, the bank is already linked with the QuickBook is already linked with the banks. So we just update and all the transaction come into the bank feed, and we need to categorize the transaction in the QuickBook Online. Like the expenses, we need to categorize all the bank transaction. So it get recorded into the QuickBook software. Then from the statement, we need to do the reconciliation part for the bank activity as well as credit card activity.
Mhm.
So would you say your biggest strength is in regards to QuickBooks Online?
Because
What do you think you're really
actually the whole accounting part, I would say I am good in the accounting part. Like so far as far as my experience, like a reconciliation part and cleaning up the books, like all the expenses are being categorized properly, we can say. And for example, there are multiple banks, and like there are 2 or 3 banks as well as credit card also. So maybe like transaction or funds are transferring from one account to another, like, so identifying and recording it properly and accurately recording in the QuickBook Online.
What do you, and I have to follow it up with, what do you think your biggest weakness is when it comes to QuickBooks?
I can say like weakness anything at the moment, but I know the software very well. I can navigate between the software, like going from bank feeds, like going to the chart of the accounts and reviewing it. So as there is no weakness, like I can navigate quickly, or I can navigate between the QuickBook Online, between the panes, different panes.
And when you've done QuickBooks, have you ever used Right Networks to access the desktop version of the QuickBooks?
I have used QuickBook Desktop version also. Like some of the clients prefer the QuickBook Desktop, right? So some of the few of the clients I also use the QuickBook Desktop. So
Sure. Have you ever accessed through like a cloud-based version to access the desktop?
Like I have worked on the cloud server. Like we need to work on the cloud, and the desktop, the QBD is already installed in their system, like on the cloud, and we need to access from that.
Okay, perfect.
So I guess what's the process? I know you mentioned here that you have some experience with creating invoices and bills. So I guess with that, whenever I just kind of want to kind of ask your process with the bills, and kind of when you enter in the bills, then can you like provide like a sheet or detail of what like needs to be paid in the coming week, and then we can provide that to our client and say, hey, like these are the upcoming bills that need to be paid. And then that way we can kind of do the whole process of matching that way. So I kind of just wanted to hear your process and kind of how you get that done and kind of how you communicate to us. And that way we can kind of relay to make sure that if we do use the bills function, because it kind of fluctuates if we use that actual bill function versus just kind of, recording the expenses as they come. So I kind of just want to hear the process you kind of have with kind of dealing with the bills.
When it is coming to the bill process, I can say mostly I used it in the accrual part of the accounting. Like we get the bills, like there is a document manager, like from the Dropbox, I can get in one folder, all bills are mentioned over there. I pick up the bills from there and enter into the in the bill in the QuickBook software. And I also match when the bank statement comes or credit card statement comes, whether it has been paid or not. Once at the month end, I make out the list of that bills which have been paid, which has been unpaid, and clear with the CPA, like this is what this client, this much bills have been paid, and it is matched again the bank or the credit card, and this much bill are pending and which has not been paid.
Perfect.
I'm good unless there's anything else.
No, I think so.
I think we're good.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you'd like to add?
Yeah, I want to ask one thing. We would be working on the different time zone, right? So what are your expectations from the candidate you're looking to work for you?
Because I guess I'm sorry, were you just asking kind of what our expectation was with that, or?
Regarding the work, what would be your expectation from the candidate? Like,
Yeah, because honestly, time zone would be a little hard to use. So I guess just if there's a certain time, I think it's going to be like work in progress, trying to figure out like our schedule and your schedule, and kind of saying like, we just need to communicate and say, hey, like if you need this done by tomorrow, our time, then we needed to get it to you by a certain time, and kind of have that open communication. That way we're on the same kind of wavelength and making sure that we're kind of, on the same page. And, obviously at the first, it might be a little learning curve at first, but I think just kind of have that open communication with us. So we know what you're capable of, and kind of, and then that way we're not in a bind on our side.
And I think what we're trying to transition kind of to is to take some of the, monthly accounting and take, how many of our clients that is that kind of fills up that time frame. And then, exactly kind of, it'll take some time to get into that kind of routine and habit, but then, exactly who needs work done and when. And then, our accounts in charge can know exactly when that's gonna be completed, so they can have a conversation with the client. So our expectation is that it becomes really, the clients you're working on, the time frame that it's needed, and then kind of it's just kind of on autopilot.
okay, great. I will make sure I meet up to your expectation and what you're looking best in your candidate. I will make sure to meet up your expectation, and I will cope up it quickly if I'm hired from you.
All right,
Perfect.
thank you. I think that's all we have.
Okay. Thank you. Have a nice day.
Thank you, you too.
Should I call back Ankit?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.